why to register a will and where to register the will in the UAE. 2 seconds and I tell you all about this very interesting topic. Hello everyone, my name is Maria Rubert, lawyer and arbitrator with a base in the UAE for the past 15 years. Today I'm gonna be talking about a very recurrent topic, which is that of wills in the UAE. If you are an expat, chances are that you are a non-Muslim and that you have heard lots of stories about kids being taken away, about bank accounts being frozen when one of the couple dies, if the account is shared, bank accounts frozen when the account holder dies. So why would you want to do a will and register that will in the UAE? Yes, some reasons. The first one is to avoid Sharia law. I must disclose that Sharia law should not be a problem in the future. Why? Because there is a new personal status law. I've talked about it in past videos, but in very brief, what it does is that it removes Sharia, and what it does is that will be the law that will apply to non-Muslims that die in the UAE or non-Muslims that die out of the UAE but have assets in the UAE, unless the law says there is an emphasis in using the own law of the deceased. Yes. So, but why am I still mentioning Sharia law? I am still mentioning Sharia law because despite the fact that the law now, the new personal status law, allows non-Muslims to agree to whatever they want to agree, so full testamentary freedom, which I recommend that that they keep in line with their law of origin. If you're Spanish, ensure you respect la legitima, that is called, right? And some other minimums that the law fixes. So do a will in the UAE, but respect the law of your passport, just in case. Yes. But why am I still saying it? Despite this full testamentary freedom, we should be bracketed within the law of origin of the person doing, or the testator. Why am I saying it? Because when you do, when you put in a will real estate historically, it's, even if you did a will, historically the authorities did not allow to bypass, let's say, Sharia law. Why? Because it was property, is not a movable item, it's something that is fixed to the land of the UAE, so they apply Sharia law. So we still, because the law is very new, from 2022, started being applied in 2023. It's very, very new. And the rules were issued at the very end of 2023. So now we are in June, so it's very soon. Very soon for people to have died and to have consistent jurisprudence we can rely on. So my only concern about the personal status law is that perhaps real estate being attached to the land of the UAE, they will, or some judges, all or none, I don't know, will resort to the public policy concern. Yes, it's public policy, so Sharia law. I'm not sure. Yes, I'm telling you the long story to explain why we as a firm, me as a lawyer, I continue to pitch what we know to date. Yes, and I will jump to the 4 options that we have, and the most reliable, just more reliable because there is data and there are cases that confirm that reliability. Yes, so Sharia law, potential issues. Then guardianship. If you have kids, you must do a will in the UAE because you will need to, usually you will fix a temporary guardian and then a forever guardian, usually someone that is in the UAE that can care for your kids while your family in your country of origin will pick them up. Yes, usually that's how it works. Then expediting. If something happens to you, you will not face it, but you will leave your family with a big problem. So if you have a will registered in the UAE, and hey, some people say, no, I have my will in my country. Okay, so you take the paper from your country. Believe me, it's gonna bring significant bureaucracies, administration. You will need to legalize, translate loads of documents, so this is time. So if you want to expedite, you want to register a will, for the very least, for the assets in the UAE. Assets that you have abroad in your home country, do it there, no problem. But for assets, and especially guardianship, you want to expedite. So do it in the UAE. Also, making a will, if you don't have one, will help you have comprehensive estate planning as well. If you have assets out and you want to have a will there, and then you want to have another will in the UAE, this will allow you to ensure that all the dots are ticked and you have a comprehensive estate planning strategy in place. So these are the reasons, the main reasons. Now, where can you do a will in the UAE? There are mainly 4 jurisdictions where you can do it. 2, let's say, common law, and 2 civil law. So we have Dubai courts, we have Abu Dhabi Judicial Department, these are the local authorities, and then we have the common law. Why do I say common law? Because DIFC, the Dubai International Financial Center, and Abu Dhabi Global Markets, ADGM, are free zones, the only 2 free zones in the UAE that have their own laws and their own tribunals. And they function as if they were in the UK, common law, yes? Whereas the UAE is a civil law jurisdiction. So it's very different, but it works very well. So what are the main differences? The main differences is that Abu Dhabi Judicial Department, Dubai courts, will require that you make a will in Arabic, but usually what you do, you draft it in English and then you translate it and you have a bilingual text. Nowadays, Abu Dhabi functions more, they even allow non-translated documents. Is not the case for wills as of today. And Dubai system, actually, you translate the documents, but you will only get from the notary a document in Arabic. So it's a bit, there have been a few changes lately. In terms of costs, in Dubai courts, one will would cost you around 2,200. Yes, but this does not include the translation. So the translation will depend on the length of your will. So, but usually you can get a quote before you proceed. In Abu Dhabi Judicial Department, the fee for the Abu Dhabi Judicial Department is slightly less than 1,000 dirhams, and the translation will be the same cost. Yes, it's important that you have an Emirates ID when you undertake to do a will in the local jurisdictions. It's not necessarily the same. In DIFC and ADGM, if you can evidence that you have assets in the UAE, you should be able to do a will even without the Emirates ID. Then the wills are done in English. The cool thing about DIFC and ADGM is that you fill a very long questionnaire. Actually, with us, you will fill in all of them because we need all your information to do the will, but not necessarily all the information is plugged into the will. Why? Because you may have a card now, you may have a bank account now, but this may change later on. But what is important is especially the DIFC, this is the entity that has been running the most, yes, is that they keep track of this questionnaire. So it works very well. Later on, either you contact us, because we will have record, or the DIFC will also have record in the questionnaire. So you have properties, they will ask you for the title deeds as well. So God forbid something happens to a young family, but if something happens to a young family and someone must come from abroad to help you, probably they don't know where, maybe the house where you were living, but if you have any other property, it's difficult to track, because even though the UAE is very centralized with the UAE pass, the authorities know absolutely everything about every one of us, but the courts do not work that way. So the judges do not press a button and they get all the information. So usually how they work is that they need lawyers and the parties to guide them. So this is why these questionnaires are very important, in my opinion, to help families track assets. Yes, then DIFC and ADGM, the cost. ADGM has a cost of slightly less of $1,000, yes, which is about 3,700 dirhams, and I will say it in dirham because it's the only authority that charges in dollars. And then DIFC is more expensive, but DIFC has been out and about for a long time, so they can afford to be the most expensive because they offer the most as of today. Once we see how the local authorities start enforcing the new laws, then we will see if they are a legitimate competitor of the DIFC. But the DIFC and ADGM have protocols of enforcement. So whatever they decide will be respected by the local authorities. And this is very important, particularly because of this fear of perhaps public order and Sharia law and real estate. So to be 100% sure as of today that your will be 100% enforced, you would go for the common law authorities. That's as it is. And out of the two, the DIFC has been out and about for longest time, so it's the most reputable, I'd say the most reliable as of today, but it's an opinion. And I'm sure as it happens with opinions, there are many. What is a fact is that there are 4 authorities where you can register a will, and I think the concepts you need to think of when deciding is cost. Something I usually tell clients: if you can afford, do DIFC. If you cannot afford and it will put you in a bad situation, consider the rest, especially ADGM, which is very reasonably priced. Then also location, although most offer the possibility to do it online, yes, as of today. So I hope that this video has taught you something new that you didn't know. I have concentrated a lot in the pricing because this is a question that people ask me a lot. How much does it cost? And Maria, you are recommending me DIFC. Why don't you recommend me Abu Dhabi Judicial Department that is only 1,000 dirhams? So of course you get what you pay for most of the times. There are also exceptions. But I hope you have liked the video. If so, please do like it. Please do subscribe to my channel to get to new information as soon as it is out. Please follow me on social media and shoot me questions. I love receiving interesting questions that are of interest to you watching my videos today. So thank you once again. The channel is growing, and I'm so thankful to all of you for your support. I look forward to continuing creating content. So please shoot me interesting questions. Thank you very much.